The state of Israel after more than 80 days after October 7th. Hello, this is Chart GPT today. It's been about 82, maybe 83 days after October 7th at the time of this posting. So we want to look at what's going on in Israel, both from an economic perspective, political perspective, and the war effort itself. Getting into those details, we've been using Euromed monitor. Now, some people don't like this. Their numbers are a little bit high from more of the officials, but they count people that are unaccounted for in their statistics here. So their latest number they're reporting here, and this is of the 27th of December. So that's 82 days. 29,124 killed and 56,122 injured in Gaza. You can read some of those other numbers. Everything's pretty well destroyed in there. I think what we did is we took a look at the different posts that Euromed has done to kind of get a trend data to see if it's calming or accelerating, etc., etc. And we can see here that it's almost linear from this very start. So they haven't really had maybe a slight downtick, but for the most part you can see it's pretty linear. And so if they're going to continue and they're nowhere near, there's reports between 2,000 and 5,000 Hamas have been eliminated. And if Israel's stated goals, if they really do want to eliminate Hamas, they got a long way to go here. So they've done about 10%, so you just multiply these numbers by 10. Obviously that's probably not going to happen. You're up to about almost 30,000. That would be 300, which we predicted that in the AI. I think we predicted something like 200,000. You'd have to go back and take a look at our AI analysis on that in previous posts. So I thought this was kind of interesting. So far, the reality is matching what the AI was seeming to suggest a few weeks ago when we posted that article. So interesting point there. Looking at some of the economy, obviously since October 7th, the business confidence has completely plunged. That's not surprising. But taking a look at, there's talking about it, New York Times is talking about a 2% slide in the economy, because I think they've mobilized 300,000 for the war effort there in Gaza. Notice how they say mobilize, they don't say draft. They even say that in Ukraine and Russia and these other wars. Talk about mobilization. I guess they don't like to use the word draft anymore. Anyway, it is what it is. But 2% downtick on the economy. Here's the PMI, more forward-looking. No sense looking at backward-looking numbers because they may not give a true picture. But the PMI, the last PMI was out in November. So that's looking negative. Anything below 50 is contraction in the economy. Here is the stock market. You had the first plunge on October 7th, but it's pretty much recovered it all. So war economies don't look that bad in terms of the state of the economy. However, it is going to have an negative effect on Israel as they bleed their resources to fight their wars. Look at some of the politics here. Here's a recent poll out from Gallup. Their support for a two-state solution is down from 61 to 26. So they don't believe that peace is there. You can see the numbers below. They didn't take the polls on certain days, so you can see that's been changed. The gray area is there. But 74% say no, there is no lasting peace. So that's pretty pessimistic in terms of peace in Israel at this point in time. Here's what they think of their leadership, which is kind of surprising. I guess they enjoy their leadership. It's about even Steven. It hasn't really changed much for a fairly long time. Now, this poll was taken, I think, in the mid-December. So this is after October 7th. So keep that in mind. And basically, their approval of the U.S. leadership has been positive. It's been rising. Basically stagnant on their leadership and their own leadership, and they're positive about the U.S. leadership. The state of mind, well, the state of mind, obviously, worry, sadness, stress reaches a record high, which is somewhat understandable. So that kind of gives you a round-robin view of what's going on in Israel. We asked the AI about modern economies. What does war do to the state of the country in question? And take our online poll. Do wartime economies do well or not? In any case, don't forget to subscribe.